What's good, YouTube? It's your boy King Leo. Today I'm bringing you guys a mock draft. This is going to be my first personal owned mock draft. So we're just finishing up the first week of free agency. Got some changes from the last one I did with my boy Khalil. We got Carolina picking number 1 now. So this thing, I'm just going to go through it. This is completely off script, just going with the flow, man. I just want to hop on here, put this video out for you guys. So here we go. Carolina picking 1 now. So they gave up a haul. You know, we got to talk about that. A first round pick next year, seconds. DJ Moore went. So this is a very, very crucial pick here. Carolina has about, 40 days, something like that, to chime in on who they want. Now, I've heard talks like maybe they feel comfortable with a couple of these quarterbacks at the top and end up trading down and still picking one. But I don't think that's the case. I think if you went up to 1, you stay at 1, you for sure get your number 1 guy. And to me, right now, that's between Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. Personally, to me, Bryce Young is the best football player out of all those quarterbacks. He's the best playmaker. You know, we all know why that he's not a unanimous number 1 pick, and that's his height and weight. I don't think his height is too much of an issue. I think the weight is, the durability concerns. Then we look at CJ Stroud, great career at Ohio State. Super, super accurate throw of the football. Not the athlete that Bryce Young is. Doesn't have the playmaking ability that Bryce Young has. I think he has it, but not to Bryce Young's extent. Now, if this is me picking first, I'm going with Bryce Young, even with the durability concerns, because I think he's the best football player there on the board. Right now, I believe I'm going to take CJ Stroud for Carolina because I feel like he has the highest floor. Like, very accurate. That's the most important thing. He's probably the most accurate quarterback in this draft. That's the most important thing from a quarterback attribute standpoint. He's got the size. So I just think he has the highest floor at all these guys. So I think Carolina goes safe. They take CJ Stroud. That brings us here to number 2, Houston Texans. Also needing a cornerback. I believe they go with Bryce Young. A lot of people like Anthony Richardson, Will Levis. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I'm going Bryce Young, number 2. Great pick there for the Texans at the 2 spot. That brings us here to number 3, Arizona Cardinals. So the Cardinals are in a position to where realistically they can take the best defensive player on their draft board, or they could trade with somebody who wants to move up for a quarterback. Those teams could possibly be the Colts want to move up 1 spot. Maybe Seattle wants to get up and move into that discussion. The Raiders, the Falcons even, and maybe Tennessee if they want to move up that far. But shoot, this is tough. I want to make a trade. I think I'm gonna stand back though. Well, really, shoot, I feel like Seattle might pick up that phone, but I'm not gonna do it. No. I'm going to go with Will Anderson with the Cardinals. See who their fans like. A lot of them like Will Anderson. Yeah, I'm going to go with Will Anderson here. I think they might hold on to this pick. Don't know how many trades I'm going to do in this draft because that's a lot of guessing and a lot of I don't even know the word for it. But I'm going to go with Will Anderson. Now, Jalen Carter is the best defensive football player in this draft. But we are seeing all these off-the-field concerns. Maybe things will come clear. But at his pro day, little concerning, being out of shape, those things. But he's got a lot going on. You know, we've heard about. Tape-wise, though, he's the best defensive player. So if they took him at 3, that's really a steal. But we're going to go Will Anderson for this video. Now, pick 4, Colts. They are needing a quarterback bad. They keep doing all these older veteran free agencies, playing like a quarterback roulette type deal. We see where that's got them. 4th pick in the draft. So the top 2 first-round quarterbacks left, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson. Both very high ceiling guys. I believe Anthony Richardson has the highest ceiling. Now, it is concerning for me to take Anthony Richardson in the 4th spot, strictly due to, you know, how he played at Florida. This guy was a 1-year starter. He didn't have the best year last year. Throwing the football, accuracy problems, mechanic problems, experience. Now, with his size, elite. Athleticism, elite. Arm strength, elite. So he has some traits there to where he is a top 10 pick. just based on the traits. It's just I don't know where in that top 10 it's okay. I personally want to say anywhere in that 5 to 10 range. That's where you take a guy like Richardson just because of the potential risk that he comes with. Then we're looking at Will Levis. Had a not so good season, not as good as his previous season. Dealt with a lot of injuries. I do see some traits there with him. Throw strength has I've seen tape where he throws a really, really good anticipation, just some accuracy problems here and there. So I feel like if both of these guys can get some things cleared up, get some years in the league, better coaching, get in the right situation, definitely super high ceiling guys. Do I see them maybe being better than like Bryce Young? I don't. But super high ceiling guys for the Colts. I'm going to take Anthony Richardson. I feel like if I'm going to take a high ceiling guy between these two, I want the better athlete with it. If both of these guys have like some accuracy issues, I want the guy that is a better athlete, bigger quarterback, more upside. I'll take Anthony Richardson here at 4. That brings us to Seattle here at 5. Now, Seattle could very well trade up to that 4 spot. They could take a quarterback as well because they're probably not going to pick this high again. But I don't know if Will Levis is the guy for them. I don't know if I would take Levis at 5. I think maybe he's a top 15 talent. And they're not in a desperate need like situation to go and pick a quarterback. They got Geno there. I think it's a 3-year deal. So the thing is, they're not gonna pick this high again. Now, is Will Levis that dude? I don't know. From what I've seen, I wouldn't be comfortable taking him at 5. So I think they look to the defensive side of the ball. Jalen Carter's obviously here. Devin Witherspoon, Tyree Wilson. Now, Tyree Wilson, this is a dude with tons of elite traits. Size, arm length, raw strength. Like, this dude was made in the lab. When you make a defensive end on Madden, create a player, that's Tyree Wilson. That's Tyree Wilson. That guy, he has so much potential. Just with the arm length and size he possesses, he makes offensive linemen get tall. And when offensive linemen are forced to get tall, they don't have that bend in their knees. They're not powerful. And Tyree Wilson has raw, pure strength. So I think this dude could potentially end up being the best defensive player to come out of this draft. When I first watched him, I loved everything about Tyree Wilson. So we'll go with Tyree Wilson there. Now, pick 6. Pick 6, a very up-and-coming football team, Detroit Lions. Still have holes on the defensive side. That offense played phenomenal at the end of the year. Now, where do they go? Jalen Carter still on the board. Also, Devin Witherspoon on the board. Got guys like Christian Gonzalez for the defensive side, Brian Branch, Joey Porter. So this comes down between 2 guys for me. And I don't know where they're going to go. If I had to pick, I'm going to say Devin Witherspoon. Little high, I feel like, for his talent at 6. But I feel like he's going to fit so well with that team. I have him currently, like, as of today, the highest cornerback on my board, highest rated cornerback. I think he's already reached his ceiling, but he's going to step in day one and be a good player. I love the energy that he brings, the tenacity, the aggressiveness. Like, he's really undersized weight-wise, but you can't tell. Devin Witherspoon is knocking boogers out of people's nose every play. Knocking boogers out. He's got the athletic ability to cover. And I feel like Dan Campbell wants character. He wants personality there. And Devin Witherspoon brings that on the football field. So I feel like he fits well with that team at 6. Now, pick 7. Las Vegas Raiders. Definitely quarterback is a need for sure. But they just got Jimmy Garoppolo. Is he the long-term solution? No, he's not. So really, Will Levis is here on the board. And let's see. A lot of their fans are going quarterback. C.J. Stroud will not be there. But personally, man, I don't see a situation where I feel comfortable picking Will Levis at 7. Now, where does he fall? I don't know. I do not know. They could go offensive line. Could go with another corner. Maybe Josh McDaniels does take a shot here. picking at 7 just to get a guy to sit behind Garoppolo and learn. Not really. I mean, it's tough. That's a tough situation. I'm not a Raiders fan. I'm not too invested with the Raiders. We'll go Will Levis for now. Just at 7. Like I said, though, personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable taking him at 7. Maybe anywhere in that 10 to 15 range. Okay, cool. I'm cool with Will Levis there. But 7, it's a little reach for me from what I've seen on the film. But pick 7, we'll take him with the Raiders there. Now, pick 8, Atlanta is wide open. Quarterback need, I think they might see what they have in Desmond Ridder, give him a full year. Receiver need, edge need, linebacker, I'd even go in the secondary. They got needs. I think with this Georgia kid still being on the board, though, Jalen Carter, nearby to Atlanta where he played school at, they definitely need help anywhere they can get it. He is the best player in this draft. It's just the off-the-field concerns. But I think at 8, that is a steal, talent-wise. Have him go with Jalen Carter. And that brings us to Chicago Bears at 9 now. Last time I had them picking Jalen Carter at pick 1. Now they trade down to 9. They got needs everywhere. They're actually having a really, really good free agency, picking up guys across the board. Realistically, looking at the PFF board here, Quentin Johnston, I don't think he's the 9th best player in this draft. I wouldn't take him there. They acquired DJ Moore for the receivers, so now they're looking at DJ Moore, Chase Claypool, and Darnell Mooney. So I don't think they would go receiver in the first round because they have, solid number 1. Claypool is a solid number 2. Mooney is a good 3. So I think they're good at receiver in the first round. I think now they kind of shift to offensive line in protecting Mr. Justin Fields. And Paris Johnson is pretty much regarded to as the best offensive tackle in this draft. He has the size, the athletic ability. Just go ahead and get Justin Fields some protection there at 9. Pick 10, this is the Eagles pick. I hate the Eagles. I'm a Cowboys fan. If anybody watching doesn't know, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I might pick a kicker for the Eagles. In reality, though, this pick scares me because the Eagles, they could do whatever they want with this pick. Like, they could get really messy and really, really annoy me. They are losing guys on the defensive side of the ball, so I do see them going defense. Looking at the top defensive guys here, Christian Gonzalez, Kalijah Kancey, Lucas Van Ness. Personally, though, I think they need to get younger in the secondary. James Bradbury, he's not really him to me. I don't think he's as good as how, the league has been seeing him lately. I think that pass rush making him what he is, helping him. He's a solid player, but sometimes people regard him as a top 5 corner, top 10 corner, and I'm like, huh? Darius Slay, we thought he was leaving. Ends up coming back on I think it was a 2-year deal, 3-year deal, something like that. But I think Christian Gonzalez at pick 10 is a solid value. This guy, he has a size, he has athletic ability. His technique in press coverage is phenomenal. His consistency is phenomenal. He showed that he has ball skills. Like, when you watch Christian Gonzalez, he's just smooth. Like, kind of like Denzel Ward coming into the draft. Smooth. Like, the hip fluidity. It's just beautiful to watch. That's a cornerback. That's a man-to-man cornerback. Some negatives I would say about Gonzalez, though, is play strength and ability to, like, diagnose. His processing seems a little off. Like, with run plays to his side, he seems slow reacting. Even in zone coverage sometimes seems a little bit slow. But also, this kid is 20 years old. Young guy, tons of time to develop. I see Christian Gonzalez going there at 10. Pick 11, Tennessee Titans going into a full rebuild. Now, again, listed as a receiver in need. I don't think they go edge right here or tackle. Oh, no, I could see them going tackle, actually. That's what I was going to say. Tackle here. Their fans like Skoronski. Personally, I'm not the biggest Skoronski guy. Not at 11 at least. I think he's a solid dude. I wouldn't pick him at 11. We'll get to him later, though. I think they go with the next consensus best tackle in this draft, which is Broderick Jones out of Georgia. Start building that offensive line. Pick 12. Texans back on the board. Got this pick from Cleveland. So we had them picking Bryce Young at pick 2. So pick 12, we just seen them trade Brandon Cooks to my boys today. So I think they're looking in the receiver market. They definitely need a dude. Right now they got John Mechie there, so that'd be cool for him to link up with Bryce Young again, who's a big kid there, Nico Collins. So they need a guy out there. And personally, to me, Jackson Smith-Njigba is the best wide receiver in this class, and is by a good margin. Quentin Johnston solid, Flowers solid, Addison solid, Hyatt solid. Smith-Njigba, that dude's great. That dude is great. Used a majority of the time in the slot at Ohio State. Personally, from what I've seen, I think he has the ability to play outside. Reminds me of Justin Jefferson's situation. Whenever Jefferson was at LSU, he primarily played in the slot. And why was that? Because they got Jamar Chase running the X. So Jefferson didn't need to play outside. But Jefferson, obviously, he has the ability to play outside, as we seen whenever he got to the league and he was the number one dude on his team. I think Njigba relates to that very, very, very similarly. Look at those dudes he was playing with at Ohio State. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison. Like, he didn't have to play outside. I feel like if he goes to a team and he needs to bump outside, he can do that while being great in the slot as well. And then another knack on him is his speed. But I cut the film on, and this dude is catching the ball and running away from people. He's not slow. His short area quickness is elite. He's the best route runner in this class to me. Addison is good. Addison's probably the closest I've seen to him. Also another dude, Charlie Jones. But Smith-Njigba is the best route runner in this class. I don't think it's close. And if the Texans come out of those top 12 picks with Bryce Young and Smith-Njigba, they should feel really, really happy. Potentially really the best quarterback, and then you get the best wideout. They're building something in Houston. For real. Now we got the Jets, the chaotic Jets. Man, we think Aaron Rodgers is going to be their quarterback. Do we know for sure? No. But we think. I think another need for them is tackle. Don't like them going Skoronski. I do like Anton Harrison. I do like Dwight Jones. I think Antoine Harrison is We're going Dwight Jones, man. I'm going to do some research really quick while I'm on here to look at their depth chart because Dwight Jones is pretty much right tackle. I don't know if he can play left tackle. If I can type Jets out. So, New York Jets, on the left side, they got Dwayne Brown, veteran guy. Mekhi Becton, he's been hurt. There's Elijah Vera Tucker at right guard. Love that. Man, it's tough, though, because if they got Becton at right tackle, the only problem with him is his durability. I don't know if he can move over to the left side, but maybe they go Anton Harrison because Anton Harrison is a left side guy, and Dwayne Brown is he's very old actually. He's probably like, I'm gonna say 30, 38. He's 37. It just says. So we'll go Anton Harrison. Things I like about Harrison: understands angles really, really well. Puts himself in the right perfect position to where he just makes it look simple. Go Anton Harrison right there. New England, pick 14. Listed as a quarterback need. I've heard trade rumors with Mac Jones. We'll see, though. I don't think there's a guy here that you take that high. Tackle is a need. Edge is a need. Let's see who their fans like going. Skoronski. Van Ness, who we have on the board. They also do need a guy out there at receiver. Lucas Van Ness kind of just sounds. He just sounds like a Bill Belichick pick. And I haven't watched a lot of Lucas Van Ness. From what I've heard is, he didn't really play a lot. And I don't know why that was at Iowa, but people like Lucas Van Ness. And I haven't got to him yet. We're going to go with it to the Patriots because he just seems like Bill Belichick pick for some reason. Just seems right. Pick 15, Green Bay Packers. I think if they're going to pick somebody, they're going to get help for Jordan Love, whether that's wide receiver or tight end. They did just lose Robert Tonyan. Got some guys here at receiver, though. I feel like Quentin Johnston could work well. Really, all these guys, Addison. But I feel like tight end is a young quarterback's best friend. And I can see them going Dalton Kincaid, kind of the best receiving threat out of those guys there. Really, really good tight end class, though. We're going to go slide Kincaid in there. Brings us to Washington at pick 16. Now, this is where I feel like Skoronski can go. A lot of people see Skoronski as a guard. They want to transition to guard because of his arm length, but Peter Skoronski is not a big, powerful dude. He is, let's see if they bring his weight up for me. Am I missing it? Did they got his weight on here? 315. Actually, a little bigger than what I thought he was, but he's not a big, powerful dude. So the way that Skoronski is going to have to win with the arm length, he's going to have to learn how to battle long arm dudes. It's just a technique thing. Really, really good athlete, can move for sure. He's just going to really have to learn how to battle long arm dudes. And I feel like 16 is a good range for him. People talking about 11 and up, I don't like that. But moving him at guard, I don't know if that's going to work for him because I don't see him digging dudes out of A-gap, moving 3 techs, moving 1 techs. I don't see him moving people in the run game like that. I think he might be best suited at tackle, what he played at Northwestern, but he does have that versatility, I guess, due to his athleticism to move wherever you need him. So if he can learn how to deal with these long arm dudes, control the wrist, control the elbows, he'll be good just because of from an athletic standpoint. Pick 17. Pittsburgh Steelers. I think it's really simple. They either go in offensive tackle or cornerback. They just lost Cam Sutton. They could stay in the family here. Go Joey Porter Jr., Cam Smith, another good cornerback right there. But, man, personally, I'm going to pick a tackle for them. Protect Kenny Pickett. Help the run game. Najee Harris, just picking an offensive lineman can help you offensively in every aspect. Running, passing. I think Darnell Wright, man, this dude is great. This dude has probably the best technique in the class when it comes to pass blocking. Like, he went up against dudes. He went up against dudes in the SEC. Will Anderson, that's the top name. He has reps against Jalen Carter. He's battle tested. This dude is a safe pick. Super high floor. This guy, he's gonna come in day one. He's gonna start at you for at right tackle. Go Darnell Wright at pick 17. That brings us to Detroit Lions, pick 18 now. So we had them going Devin Witherspoon at pick 6. So I think they're going to go defensive line with this pick. Kalijah Cansey on the board. Brian Breesy on the board. Nolan Smith on the board. And after I've seen that name, that's just who we're going to go with, Nolan Smith. Pair him up with Aiden Hutchinson. Now, Nolan Smith didn't have tons of production at Georgia. Reason being, they rotate all them athletes out on the offensive defensive line. They got 8 guys that are going to the NFL on that defensive line. As an athlete, unquestionable. He's him as an athlete. Also, very surprising in the run game. He holds up. You wouldn't think so with the, what he comes in, what he weighs at, but he holds up in the run game. Played a run and a pass. Nolan Smith, high upside pick there at pick 18. Now, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Full rebuild mode now that Tom Brady is out the picture. They could go anywhere here. Let's take a look at who their fans like going here. Michael Mayer. Do you go with a tight end, though? That's interesting. Do you go with a tight end, like, as your first, like, cornerstone pick in a rebuild? I don't really see that. Personally, I like the offensive line idea. Also, it could go, like, best player on the board, which would be Mr. Bijan Robinson. Let's scroll through some of these guys here. Look at the interior offensive lineman. I don't know if I go with one of them offensive interior guys here. Let's look at the tackles. Dawand Jones is probably the last first round guy, maybe. Cody Mauch, another good guy. Another good offensive tackle. He could play inside too if you need him to. Man, I don't know. Dawand Jones, they would be a good pick, I feel like, talent-wise. They got Tristan Wirfs at right tackle, though, so I don't really see that fitting in there. Looking on the defensive line, Brian Bresee, Kalijah Kancey. Kalijah Kancey is that hand technician, smaller dude, athletic. Brian Bresee, really, really dominant when he first got to Clemson. Had a lot of issues this year personally and, injury physically-wise. But, man, if you go back and watch Brian Bresee when he first got to Clemson, that dude was phenomenal. He probably was being regarded to as a top 5 pick in this draft. And maybe they can get that out of him. Actually, I just thought of a name. John Michael Schmitz, center out of Minnesota. I think he might be the best interior guy of this class, really, to me. And they could help that offensive line. He could even play guard if you need him to. This is just a tough spot value-wise because, like, they need pretty much, like, everything. I feel like they could just go with the best offensive lineman here. I mean, he might not even be the best guy. I haven't done my full offensive line evaluation. Steve Avila, I do like. Voorhees, I like, but we know the injury. We'll go John Michael Schmitz, center, pick 19. Brings us to Seattle, pick 20. Tyree Wilson at 5. They could double down on defensive line. They could go back to the offensive line. Maybe they go Torrance. A lot of their fans got them going Torrance. We'll go Torrance here. If I can click the button, they go O'Cyrus Torrance. Miami forfeits that pick. Brings us to pick 21, the Chargers. Now, I think the Chargers are in a position where they definitely go wide receiver. Quentin Johnson, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison. Believe Jordan Addison is the safest pick here. But Quentin Johnson has upsides with his size and athletic ability. But I feel like they got that dude in Mike Williams. Keenan Allen getting older. They might need to replace, like, that route running ability with Jordan Addison. Need to pull up my receiver grades from when I watched these guys play. So yeah, Jordan Addison was my second highest graded receiver. We're gonna go with him here. At a USC, good route runner, a little bit on the smaller end, but he can play outside. Feel like he can play inside as well. Deep speed, 4.4 guy. Just a solid dude. Don't feel like his upside is that high, but I feel like he has a higher floor than some of those dudes. Now, Baltimore Ravens, definitely need a receiver too. We could see a run on wide receiver. I'm going to go with Quentin Johnston here. Big body dude. Great after the catch. Phenomenal after the catch. Breaks tackles, makes guys miss. Like, him after the catch is crazy. Go Quentin Johnston. Also has, the potential to make those deep contested catches with his size. This dude jumps out of the gym. He's going to be a red zone target. Feel like his hands are questionable, though. I wish he used his length more, extended with his hands and caught the ball. that brings us to the Minnesota Vikings at pick 23. They're really going to a rebuild too. They let a lot of defensive guys go. They're letting Adam Thielen go. I think they go defense. And really, to me, Joey Porter at pick 23. Really, really good pick. Pull up my grade on him. I don't think I had him graded as high. He's my 5th highest graded corner. But he has star potential. So I feel like that boosts his draft stock because of his length, his size and length. Like, you can teach him the techniques. He could become better. Negatives, I would say, is his hips. You know, when like his short area ability isn't up there with guys like Christian Gonzalez, Devin Witherspoon, Deonte Banks, even, I would say, Cam Smith. But like just his size and what he could potentially be, we're gonna go with Joey Porter. Jaguars at pick 24. Who do their fans got him going? Got him going cornerback too. Cam Smith is my 4th. Well, tied for 3rd highest graded corner. Love him as a player. I feel like between him and probably Christian Gonzalez, best overall cover guys in the draft. Cam Smith there. Giants, division rival, picking right before us. They just brought Darren Waller in via trade. I feel like that was good. Obviously, extended Daniel Jones, tagged Saquon Barkley. They need another dude on the offensive side. Let's look at the receivers on the board. Zay Flowers. Does he fit in with them? I don't know, because he's kind of like that smaller type build receiver, which they've been kind of picking a lot lately. Wan'Dale Robinson, Kadarius Toney. Scroll through the board here. Brian Branch. They could go corner. They need a corner as well, and they need like a guard. These corners, I'm not too sure if I'm taking them here. I do like Garrett Williams a lot, though. Garrett Williams is tied for he's my 3rd/4th graded corner. Don't know if he's first round dude though. Could look I think they might go Zay Flowers here. Brian Branch, also really, really good player. But I think they're good at the safety position, even like slot corner role. Zay Flowers. We'll go Zay Flowers. Great deep route runner. Has solid enough speed. The best thing I like about him is his awareness while making the catch to make, like, he feels guys around him and he can just make guys miss without even seeing them. He just has like a knack and a feel for it. And that's what I really love about Zay Flowers out of Boston College. Kind of reminds me of Antonio Brown a little bit with that ability I just talked about. He even runs like him to me. So I feel like at 25, I feel like it's a solid pick. Now here is my team, Dallas Cowboys, pick 26. Killing free agency. Killing it. Restructuring contracts. Opening cap room, bringing the guys in. Was going to say we needed a cornerback, traded for Stephon Gilmore. Was going to say we needed a receiver, traded for Brandon Cooks. Brought back Donovan Wilson at safety. Van Der Esch is back. I don't know where to go. Feel like we're setting ourselves up to pick the best player available. And to me, that's Bijan Robinson. Top 5 player in this class. Obviously, running backs don't go high just because of the position value, but we're not committed to a running back long term. Pollard is on the tag. Malik Davis is a good number 2, but he's replaceable. So really, I mean, I'll take Bijan Robinson. Just roll with it. Best player on the board. That probably hurts the Bills a lot. They probably hate that. So, now what do we do with the Bills? Could go defensive back, Brian Branch here. I feel like he slid a little bit in this mock draft. See, his ADP is usually at 18. So, we're going to go with Brian Branch here. Can play safety, can play more of a slot corner role. Good player right there. Now, Cincinnati Bengals. Offensive line help is needed. They just brought in Orlando Brown, though. I think he's gonna play left tackle because what's the dude's name? Jonah Williams is requesting a trade. So I feel like right tackle is still a need. Cornerback is a need. A lot of people have them mocked at tight end. Don't know if I do that. I don't know. They did just lose Hayden Hurst, I believe, to was it Carolina? I don't know. I forgot who Hayden Hurst went to. But here we go. I don't know. Kalijah Cansey's a good defensive tackle, technician wise. Could go cornerback. Could go right tackle. Dwight Jones is sitting there. Feel like we'll just go Dwight Jones, man. Now they would have Orlando Brown, big tail, left tackle. They got Dwight Jones, big tail, at right tackle. Should nobody be coming around the edge? Nobody should be coming around the edge. Now we got the Saints, pick 29. Who are their fans like going here? Tanner McKee. I ain't watched no Tanner McKee. I'm not confident in making that pick. Could go defensive line here. Brian Breesy. Kalijah Cansey. I love Kalijah Cansey. Thing about Breesy, I feel like he could be a pick here, but with the injuries, I feel like teams might not round one. Day two will take him. Cansey, though, great athlete, hand technician, a lot of potential there. Like his pass rush win rate is going to be awesome when he gets to the league. Displays it on the film all the time. Now we got the Eagles, picking here again. In the first round, pick 30, we took Christian Gonzalez. First go around with them. So who do the Eagles fans like here? B.J. Ojulari, good pass rusher for sure. I don't know if I'm going safety. Antonio Johnson, I haven't watched him yet though. Trenton Simpson, I haven't watched. Best guys on the board: Brian Breesy, Deonte Banks, Miles Murphy. I'm not a Miles Murphy round one guy. Maybe Will McDonald though. Will McDonald, super bendy pass rusher. He's great at doing that. He's gonna be a double digit sack guy if he gets the reps in the NFL. The volume of reps to be able to do that, to allow him to do that. So I could see Will McDonald going here to Philly, just adding on to that pass rush, get another great guy there. Brings us to the Chiefs. Now, who did the Chiefs like? They like B.J. Ojulari, kind of like that same mold. Fits that same mold. Also really young. I think B.J. Ojulari is like 20 years old. And they definitely need pass rush help. They need a receiver, though, as well. And because they just lost Juju. On top of that, they don't really have, like, a weapon, I feel like. Who are the receivers? I'm mind blank. Is it Valdez Scantling, Tony, Sky Moore? So they do need receiver help. Actually, they need receiver help for sure. Josh Downs is kind of like your underneath, like check down guy. I compare Josh Downs to a little bit like more speed Cole Beasley, super reliable underneath, but then he kind of has that speed that Cole Beasley doesn't. Tank Dell, small guy, shifty as heck though. Shifty as heck. Jalen Hyatt, now his 40 let a lot of people down, but I don't care about that time speed. If you watch him on the field, that dude is wide open every time running go routes. Every time. He glides down the field. Also has some solid height to him. Jalen Hyatt can be that dude. Andy Reid loves speed. Jalen Hyatt definitely has a play speed. We're going to take him here. 31. Ending out the first round. So, recap. C.J. Stroud goes to 1 to Carolina. Bryce Young 2 to the Texans. Will Anderson is the first defensive player off the board. Anthony Richardson at 4. Tyree Wilson with Seattle, potentially the best defensive player to come out of this draft. Time will tell. Scrolling through here, Jalen Carter falls to 8. Stays in the state of Georgia, going to the Falcons. Jackson Smith and Jigba to the Texans. Texans pairing up a duo there. Packers get help at tight end. Nolan Smith at 18. That'd be tough. Nolan Smith at Aiden Hutchinson. Dallas Cowboys getting Bijan Robinson, running back out of Texas. Generational player there. And I mean, I like this mock draft. This is my first personal one that I did. Like I said, it was off script. I kind of just ran through it, no trades. I feel like this is solid. Y'all let me know in the comment section what you think, who your team is, who you want. Let me know what videos you guys want to see. If you made it this far, I appreciate you guys watching. Till the next video, peace.